This morning we are at Lyttelton, New Zealand.
Cheers, Christchurch.
Yep, so Lyttelton is a little port city on the South Island, and it is the link to Christchurch. So if you're getting off at this port, you would be able to get a bus through a tunnel and up into Christchurch. I think it's not very far away. We're going to spend today, we've got another booking for a shore tour or excursion, and we're going on a harbour cruise. So we're getting off a cruise to go on a cruise. And then later on, after we get back, because that's 2.5 hours, we're going to explore a little bit of Lyttelton. So we're not going through to Christchurch today. We'll leave that for another trip, because yes, we are probably going to be coming back here, maybe for a drive holiday next time, we'll see. We're just checking out, we're down here on deck 3, just checking out the city before we head to the world stage and get ready to go on our tour.
The world stage.
The world stage.
Stage of the world.
So people are getting off the gangway here and then making their way, and you'll see quite a few buses sort of just over in here. A lot have just left, taking people into Christchurch or on various tours. I don't think for our tour we're going very far. I can see a couple of blue boats over on the other side, and there's a little boat next to it, and it looks very much like the one that was in the brochure, so that could potentially be it. So I guess we'll find out soon enough. There are quite a few different shore excursions that you can do when you do come to Lyttelton. There's I'll just spin you around and zoom in on the screen. You can take a look.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, do that.
Great.
Tells you when people have departed on them and when you're on standby. We're doing the Lyttelton Discovery Cruise. So ours is coming up shortly. It's great that all of the excursions that you go on seem to depart from the world stage. You get a little sticker and it matches up with the corresponding colour on the screen. The guy comes along and tells you when you're allowed to go, and it's all very, very civilised and organised. It's something they do very well on this ship. I don't know what the tender process is like yet. I guess we'll find that out soon enough. It's when we get to the Bay of Islands, Bay of Islands, yep. But when you are docked, yeah, it's pretty smooth stuff.
Gisborne, I think Gisborne's a
Is it Gisborne, is it? Oh, there you go. So that video will be coming out in the future, so make sure if you want to know what tender process is like on the ship, Gisborne video will be a future one. We were not at the world stage for very long before we were told it was our turn, and we got to walk down the gangway, and then we still had to get onto one of the buses. So we're just walking around here and they're just collecting us up. The bus was only going to drive a few hundred metres, but because this is a port area, they do this due to safety. You can see it's well flagged to tell you where the pre-booked excursions are. The bus parked a little bit away from where we're getting on the cruise, so it was a short walk around to get on the actual boat. One of the crew met us at the bus and showed us the way, so there was no getting lost or anything like that. The boat itself surprisingly had a lot of space inside. There were lots of viewing windows. You know, these were quite small, but remember we are on the South Island, so the weather here can turn really, really quickly, a bit like it does in Hobart, I guess, 4 seasons in one day. There were plenty of places to sit inside. There was also some spots out the back where you could sit as well, so you can see here all the seating, still decorated for Christmas because we are on a Christmas cruise. You can walk anywhere around the back, so you can see out the back there where people are starting to sit. And it was quite comfortable to stand near the windows and take a look, but you did have the option to go right up on the top. It wasn't long before we were on our way and leaving the little town of Lyttelton. The weather was looking a little bit overcast and cloudy. You can expect that on the South Island of New Zealand, and I highly recommend that if you are visiting South Island, even in the summertime where we are now, that you bring something warm to wear. You may well need it. This Discovery cruise will stop. They say if you notice any animals, please let us know and they'll stop. And we did have a look at quite a few dolphins as we were out and about. We also got another good look at our ship from a different angle. The cruise itself takes you all the way back out to the heads and back in again. And along the way you get wonderful commentary about the area and the history of Lyttelton and Christchurch itself. Lots of interesting things to see, like these forts that were built during the World War. There's also a little house right at the heads that's sort of tucked in, a little lighthouse. And when you're on board the Discovery cruise itself, they do have this plaque where you can touch and feel what a Hector's dolphin skin feels like. Hector's dolphins are really interesting. They don't swim in pods, but we did see quite a few out toward the heads. We were really lucky that day. Sometimes they're a bit elusive. You don't get to see them much. A little bit noisy back here. We saw a few Hector dolphins. That was pretty cool. Now we're cruising back into Lyttelton. Well, status is we got off the little tour boat. Sorry, I just walked up the hill. Got off the tour boat. Tried to ask the bus driver how to get back on the ship. Couldn't tell us, but so we just left. We walked up the hill. We'll have to work that out later. But we're down in the main street now. If you're wondering what we're doing now, we're actually looking for a fish and chip shop. This was the theme of our trip with Jeff. We wanted to try out heaps of New Zealand fish. Lyttelton itself is a really, really cute little village. There's lots to actually come up and see and do. So if you weren't doing anything in Christchurch and you were just on the ship and wanting to get off and take a look around, you could easily fill your day here just going through some of the shops and checking out some of the foods. That's pretty cool. It's a VHS and Blu-ray video shop, would you believe? Bring back the old school. Bring back the old school. Scattered throughout the town, you'll see these vacant lots with these beautiful big pictures of old buildings on them. These were the buildings that stood on these sites prior to the earthquake, the Christchurch earthquake that happened quite a few years ago. The search for fish and chips continued. Jeff was being a bit fussy about what he actually wanted, so we're just checking out menus. Hold your horses, everybody. I think we may have found a fish and chips winner. Ding, 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 ding. We are at Fisherman's Wharf. We went up into town, but then we ended up coming back down toward where the harbour is and came up to a building that looks like a little bit of an octagonal building. Jeff really wants to try blue cod, that's why we're here. And can't wait to see what it looks like when it comes out on the plate. This is the blue cod salad. It smells amazing. So does the garlic bread. Alright, Jeff, what's it like? that's a head dance.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not blue eye.
After that beautiful lunch, we headed back up into town and had a drink at Eruption Brewing. We decided on a paddle just so that we could try out a few of their beers and headed up to their deck. There is a rooftop section, I believe, as well. Get a nice view across the town from up here. It's set up high into the hill. So here we are.
Eruption Brewing. Yeah?
And we've got ourselves a paddle. And we've got draft, sour, hazy, lager. And the first one was a bit of a treat. We're up here on the second level. There is a rooftop. We didn't go up to the rooftop. We're going to stay right here and try out some of these. Yeah, there's a rooftop apparently.
What, on top of the roof?
Yeah.
That's normally where they are, but...
Oh, ha 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 ha.
I don't know why people are supporting this place over here. They put up signs saying no cruise.
And the sun's gone away again, just behind a cloud, hoping it comes out again soon. Just by, there's this place across the road. It's J.D. Bundy building. I think that's the one. And they got a sign up in the window. A sign up in the window saying, no cruises. Well, I'm not going to go into your shop, am I?
No.
We're not welcome there.
No.
God, that must be bad for business.
Carbon footprint.
No,
160 cruise ships they get here and they don't want any of their business.
No, they're missing out, aren't they?
They must be rich. There's sideline entertainment down here.
So no cruises in that shop. You're not welcome.
Okay.
What's that?
Bit of entertainment, street entertainment.
Oh, here we go. There's a piano. Outside the Fresh Choice. Once we had our beers, we headed to grab some stuff at First Choice and started to make our way back toward the ship. Heading down this hill toward the wharf area, if you turn right across the road, there was a bus stop there and cruise ship buses were pulling up and taking you to and from the ship. It was mudslide and spa time. And one thing I did not know before this cruise was that you do get a bit of a send-off from the tugs. If you are hanging out on deck and you're at the sail away from each destination that you're at, check this out because sometimes they do a few donuts just to send you off. It's a lot of fun to watch. What are you doing?
I'm going to hang this on the flagpole. Yes, we don't have a flag.
I just said there's not enough stripes. Needs to ask old mate over here for the shorts.
Welcome back, viewers. We're back here again at the Shuffleboard Championships. The Tassie Tigers are up by one game.
Yes, Gold Coast Goats.
This game's been going on for 5 years.
5 years. Just over 5 years.
5 years.
We're finally back on the shuffleboard deck.
Oh, Razor
Nice
Ray's-
work.
And it's a close game, let me tell you. Razor Ray.
And no guesses to which team won, I think, today. See what you think. It turned out to be a beautiful day and afternoon. And right now we're leaving Shuffleboard. We're going to go and get ready for some dinner. We got a terrific seat at the dining room this evening. And on the menu was some New Zealand fare. So we ended up I had some calamari. And both Jeff and I got the fish. So we had fish as well. All of this was absolutely delicious. And no meal is ending without having some dessert. So here's some apple and rhubarb tart that Jeff had, and I went for a strawberry scroll. They do a great job here on the ship with food. Now it's probably no surprise to you that I opted for an early night, so we watched the sunset. I'm pretty sure Jeff went off to party on, which he usually does, and I headed up to the room to watch a movie. Thanks for sticking around and watching the video. If you like what we do, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of our travel videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.